Hi everyone, this is Danielle back again with the Dixon Gallery and Gardens, here to walk you through a new art activity. Today we're talking all about clays, and specifically ones that you can make at home with super simple ingredients. I'm going to walk you through 3 different types of clay. Each one has a different consistency and a different set of ingredients. After each tutorial on how to create the clay, I will then walk you through one very simple mindfulness activity that you can use the clay for. This is specifically really helpful if you are dealing with worry or anxiety. I know all of us feel that from time to time, and sometimes we don't know what to do with it. So by using our hands, having something tactile to work with, it helps us to work through those emotions. Let's get started.
For our first clay, you need 2 parts cornstarch to 1 part lotion. So I have half a cup of cornstarch and 1/4 cup of lotion. Once you have that measured out, put each in the bowl just a little at a time. This helps once you start mixing, it's just a little bit easier to get the proper consistency. This mixing should take you about 4 to 5 minutes. A little tip from me to you, do not use Burt's Bees lotion. I don't know why it doesn't like to mix, but it does not. Once your dough starts kind of sticking together in one lump, it's ready for you to knead in your hands to get the final, lovely, soft consistency. Now I'm trying to demonstrate how soft this clay is, but I cannot. Even if you just play with it in your hands, it is definitely worth creating. But as I promised at the beginning, I will give you a mindfulness activity to go along with this clay. If you press it in your hands, this is really great material for temporary fossils. So look at that as you squeeze it, let it go, and see what kind of lines and shapes it has created. It's a wonderful activity to help you slow down and take your mind off of what it may have been thinking of earlier. For our next Play-Doh today, we'll be making something that's a little bit more like a kinetic sand. So this will be a really fun one. You'll need some flour and some oil. I chose to use olive oil, but you could try vegetable oil or coconut oil if you so choose. As far as ratio goes, you're going to need 1/4 a cup of olive oil to 2 cups of flour. And just like before, I'm mixing that flour in 2 parts so that things can get a little bit of an easier consistency. For an extra sensory treat, you can always add a few drops of essential oil to this mixture as well. It should only take a couple of minutes to mix this together properly. You'll know that you've mixed enough when it has a sand texture, there are no clumps, and when you are able to take it in your hand and using pressure and squeezing, you can create a shape until you're ready to crumple it yourself. Our mindfulness activity to go along with this clay is to work it through our hands. Close your eyes and just enjoy that texture. Let it calm you. Then take it in your hand and create a rock. This rock represents your worries and your stresses. Now press and break the rock. Let it crumble in your hands. As this piece crumbles, so will your worries. Our final recipe for today is the most traditional Play-Doh. You'll need a cup of flour, half a cup of salt, and then some water. I added dye to mine, but you do not have to do that. Make sure those dry ingredients are mixed very well before adding in your water. You'll see in just a moment that I will be adding more water to this mixture as I go because the consistency wasn't wet enough. In total, I ended up using 3/4 of a cup of water. I ended up going back and adding more color as well because the color wasn't showing up very much at first. Now, once things start to kind of stick together in the bowl, you're ready to take your clay out and knead it on the table like you're making a bread dough. One benefit to using dye in your dough is that if you don't see the color everywhere, you know you haven't mixed everything properly. So I thought that was a pretty cool bonus. And after kneading, if it still feels sticky on your fingers, use a little bit of flour to mix into that dough just one last time to get the consistency you need. Our mindfulness element for this Play-Doh is to use repetition. Repetition is a tool that can help us calm our senses. It doesn't matter what kind of thing you're creating as you repeat, but it's just going through those motions, that action. So right now I'm making coils, then I'm slicing them up, so I'm creating multiple slices, and then for each one I flatten them out like a pancake, and then stack them up. So it can take you on a journey.
So that is all for our activity today. I hope that you enjoyed working through those 3 different types of clay with me. Before I go, I do want to show you how you can store those. These soft clay, I would put it in an airtight container like this one. If you do plastic, like a plastic bag, I did it earlier and it doesn't go very well. Oh, and if you leave it out overnight, it will become hard like a rock. It does not go well. So. Also for the sand, this one can be left out overnight, but who wants to take that chance of it spilling out? You're gonna have it in a container anyway, just put a lid on top. And then for our colorful dough, take some saran wrap if you have it, put a little flour, sprinkle that on top first, and then wrap it up tight. You can also put that in a container afterwards if you want to be extra careful. This one, I'm going to store it in my fridge. I'm not sure if the others need that. I might go ahead and put them in there anyway, but that's up to you. I've heard various information on how long these last, so I think just you can make that call for yourself and see how long these will work for you. But again, I hope that you enjoyed our video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you decide to make your own doughs and clays, I would love to see them. You can tag the Dixon with the hashtag Dixon at home or discover the Dixon, and that will ensure that we get to see your creations. And my suggestions were just suggestions, right? You can use these however you want to. Get creative with it. I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. Thanks.